guys, how's it going? I am getting ready to plant some trees today. So we just got back from Mackinac Island and it was so inspiring. I mean, the gardens were just so beautiful that it makes you want to come home and just plant all the things. But I gave my presentation on gardening to attract birds, which, you know, entails a lot of evergreens and berry producing plants. And I thought, you know what, we've done so much like removing of stuff and I haven't been really diligent about replacing it with bigger things, bigger trees, things like that. And so we're really feeling that, like the emptiness of all the holes from things we've had removed. So anyway, I went down to the garden center yesterday and I picked up 4 different trees. So that is the project for this evening. It is almost 100 degrees right now. It's really hot and Aaron's gonna actually come out and help me with quite a bit of it, like the big holes that need to be dug, because 3 of the 4 have pretty big cans. So let me show you the first one. Actually, the first 2, you can see them right here. So this is our fireplace area. Let me come around this side so you can see fireplace, which we are obviously not using right now. Way too hot. But I needed something right in this spot right here. Let me give you another view. So I have done nothing to this bed since we moved in other than keeping the weeds out, kind of. These are iceberg roses that need to be deadheaded really bad. Like, look at that. Shame on me. But that's what being gone for a week will do. They were looking really pretty when we left and, you know, they just kind of bloomed out when we were gone. So I need to take care of that. But I needed something vertical, some vertical evergreen interest right here. And I think that this tree will do a really good job. Let me get close on it. So this is a weeping Alaskan cedar. Look at the structure. The color, so pretty. See, look at that. It's in a great big box. There's no way I'm digging that hole. So this tree will get about 25 by 12. There are all the stats in case you want to pause the video and read up a little bit about it. So I'm going to make sure to give this tree ample space, which means this is not exactly where it's going to go. I'm going to make sure there's 6 feet from the edge of the fireplace to the trunk. So it's going to have to go out this far, probably right in there, which means I am going to sacrifice 2 rose bushes. This one right here and that one right there. And I might end up having to get rid of this one here eventually. But I want to make sure that there's ample space around this fireplace area. And then as we were walking up, you could see the other one that I'm going to plant in a different location actually. I just left it here because it's closer to the hose so I could water it. This is a Fat Albert blue spruce. I love the structure of this tree. It's like the classic blue spruce shape. Let me get the tag here. There we go. And then the back of the tag, so 25 by 15 on this one. This one's super hardy. Look at that. It's cold hardiness down to -50. That's nuts. So this tree is going to actually go way out there in that hole. Let me walk over there. Doesn't Aaron do a great job with the grass? Look how pretty it looks. Okay, so this spot right here, there was a hawthorn tree planted right about in the center, and it was dead when we moved in. And so we had that removed, and honestly I've been just trying to eradicate a bunch of perennials that had taken over, like they had naturalized. Like I think there was a Russian sage in here. It was like right in here, and it just keeps popping up everywhere. So I intentionally cleaned this bed out and left it empty so that I could get that sprayed out, because there's no pulling it when the roots are that low. So anyway, that's why it's all empty here. So the blue spruce is gonna go about right here. And then I've got something else to put kind of tucked back by the irises, which I'll show you in a little bit. So it's warm, I'm already starting to sweat and I haven't even done any work. And you guys have all been so sweet. You keep saying, oh, you're glowing, you're pregnant. It's sweat, you guys. I'm just sweating all the time because it's so darn warm. That was the nice thing about being on Mackinac Island. It was about 60 degrees when we were there the whole time. So Aaron and I left, we were feeling so inspired. We were talking about it, like how much we wanted to tackle when we got home. Then we arrived and it's still 100 degrees and a little bit of that inspiration, or not the inspiration, but the motivation kind of goes down a little bit. So this is an act of will to get these trees in. So I'm gonna run inside and grab Aaron so he can help me dig these couple of holes, and then we'll look at the other couple of trees I brought home. Also, look at that coleus. Oh my word, that is marooned coleus right there. That is something I think I'm gonna repeat in this spot. If you remember, I planted the penstemon right in here, so next year it should be nice and tall and beautiful. And these are the plants I put in pots. My sense of direction's way off. So that and this one right here are pots I planted on 4th of July, and they've done so well. The Angelonia is just going nuts. The super red Supertunia, which you guys should be proud of me for keeping that out here, being that it's bright red. And then this one right here, this is playing the blue salvia, I believe. The honeybees and the hummingbirds have been on that, as well as on the vermillionaire. Look at that. It's like the perfect hummingbird attractant. Anyway, been really happy with these pots. Okay, so first tree is done. Look at that, gave it a nice quick mulch job around it just to kind of keep the roots cool and keep them moist, and it makes the area look a little bit better. I wish I had enough mulch to do the whole surrounding, but I think it looks really good. Let me back up. So look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I wish I could snug it up closer to the fireplace, but I know eventually it will grow to about touch it. And that's good. I don't want to have to fight branches around the fireplace structure, because when we do use it, it gets hot too, and I don't want to damage any plant that's near it. Very good. Okay, on to the next. I have got the blue spruce in the cart, and then also this is another one of the trees. I can't see it very well. It looks a little sparse. Let me get a little closer on it. This is a Russian hawthorn. So it's a small growing tree. In fact, let me get up here. 15 by 8. Also a zone 4, so very, very winter hardy. And this one, instead of being in kind of a tree form, it's more of in a shrub form. So it's got multiple branches. I wonder if you can see it better from... Yeah, look at the berries on that thing. They're like Christmas red, and it should fill in really, really nicely. I'm super excited about this one because of the berries for the birds, and then the fall color is a beautiful yellow. So these are both going to the same area. Here we go. Okay, we got these planted. So the blue spruce is, I think, perfect placement. It's kind of midway between the irises and the willow. And then the hawthorn, which you can barely see, is right here. So it'll fill in that space. Let me go around to the other side and point it this direction. Yeah, you can see it pretty good from this side. So this is our driveway right here. So there's the hawthorn, which will fill that space nicely. And then this spruce. And then back in here, like beyond this trellis, we're gonna plant some type of red-leaved tree, maybe like a prairie fire crabapple. Something to break up all the green over here, and that was the whole reason behind the blue being here. So we are starting to lose light, and I have one more tree to plant, so I'm gonna water these in here in a little bit. This faucet is way over here, and I've gotta go get the hose for it. So I don't wanna waste any time while we still have light. Time for the last tree. All right, so this is the last tree that we're gonna be planting today. This is a Sargent crabapple. I'll show you here. So this is a small tree, like smaller than the Russian hawthorn. This one is a zone 5. It grows 8 feet tall and 12-foot spread. And the thing I like about it a lot is, well, look at the fruit on it. It's just starting to turn its fall color. So if you notice on the tag right here, it says that the fruit is red and it's 1/4 inch big, which birds prefer 3/4 inch or smaller because they're easier to eat. And then it says persistent. And persistent means that when the fruit ripens on the tree, it doesn't fall off. So that means that the birds will see it and they can come eat it and clean it up off the tree. And it also means that it won't be falling all over on the ground and making a huge mess for myself. So if you can find fruiting trees that say persistent, those are the best ones to plant. Let me back up and show you this whole area. So this is the little makeover we did earlier this summer, and it's just, you know, starting to root in, and it's looking really nice. There is my beehive right there, which they're doing really, really good. I've added a second box you can see right there, and this is where the tree is going, right here. So currently have no irrigation just in this one little spot. So tomorrow my goal is going to be to run irrigation to all the trees that we planted tonight. So I've been using Biotone starter fertilizer in all the holes that I'm putting all these trees in. And this hole, since it's so dry right here, there's no irrigation, I'm gonna actually fill the hole a little bit of the way with water. So fertilizer first. kind of mix that in and water. That way we're introducing the root ball into moist soil instead of bone dry soil. All the other soil today was fairly moist, so, and then I'm watering them in all really, really well. Oh, this hole's perfect. Okay, I gotta go stand back and make sure that it's straight up and down. All right, so there it is, all done. Boy, I wish the lighting was a little bit different this evening. It's kind of hard to tell, but this guy is loaded with fruit. I mean, just loaded. It's gonna be gorgeous. So let me explain this area a little bit better. So I did say that this tree gets about 12 feet wide, so about 6 foot on center, and it is about 6 feet away, the trunk is, from the beehive, but I know that the branches will want to eventually kind of brush on that, so I'll make sure to keep that pruned. That'll probably be a once a year kind of shape up. And then this arbor right here, oh look, there's all my supplies. You can see that it was kind of planted to the side of the pathway that was originally through here, and it's such a cool idea. It's Leyland cypress that's been formed into this little arbor, but most of it is dead. Like, if you get close to it, look at what it looks like. That's not very pretty. So I think it's just run its course, being like kind of forced to be this small because Leyland cypress want to be really big. So eventually I'm going to have this taken out probably next season, and I'm going to redo this whole little pathway. I'll probably get rid of the concrete. It looks like this is just pieces of concrete that was broken up at some point somewhere else on the property, like maybe a sidewalk that somebody just decided to reuse right here, which is a great idea to repurpose, but I kind of want either pavers or flagstone or something a little bit prettier. And then I'll probably save the arbor that the Leylands are on, and then I'll probably plant some roses or something really pretty and blooming. And so this will fill in that area, and then we'll have a fresh arbor full of roses. And then this area, the reason why I'm not mulching this one right now is because I need to clean all of this out. And that's why I haven't run any irrigation to this spot yet, because I think it's just like basket of gold, and then there's some other random ground cover that is not pretty. So all of it needs to go. The little stones or the concrete needs to go, and then I'll do fresh mulch on this whole area, and it'll look really pretty, I think. So that is pretty much it for this evening. I am officially super hot and dirty and sweaty, but I hope that you enjoyed seeing kind of something different, because we usually show you small things like planting perennials and smaller shrubs, and we haven't done a whole lot on trees, which I actually deal a lot with trees down at the garden center, and I really like them. Like, they really interest me. So once we start, like, this is kind of, I think, going to open the floodgates, and I'm gonna want to start to bring tons of trees home. So I really hope you enjoyed it and maybe learned a thing or two about a different variety that maybe you would want to plant in your own yard. So like I said, I still need to mulch this last area that I worked in, and then the prior area with the blue spruce and the hawthorn, I need to go hook up my hose and get those all watered in, and then I'll put a fresh layer of mulch down there. So anyway, thank you guys so much for following along and sticking with this video, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.